Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm just going to be playing around with the Morphe 35G, I believe it is. I think it's the 35G. It's the bronze gold one. And I really like this palette. I've only used it once before, but this is the eye look that I created today with it. And I gotta say, I really like it. But if you want to see how I achieve this look and you're interested in possibly recreating it, go ahead and just keep on watching and let me show you what it looks like in like sunlight. This is so hard to do in a car, but yeah, it's just a very nice mix of like orange and brown tones. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm just gonna get on into the video using some of my favorite products and the Morphe Bronze Goals palette, and we will talk about our thoughts later. Okay, cool. Alright, so here's the palette we're going to use today, and first things first, I need to prime my eyes, so I'm going to use the Revolution Makeup Conceal and Define Concealer just on both eyes, and I'm going to blend that out real quick. I just took some Coty Airspun powder to set that concealer. Now I'm dipping into the shades Sandy and Deserted, and I'm just going to fluff these through the crease. Kind of messy, not really caring more about the placement. It's more about just having a blended out look. And I'm just continuously dipping through these shades until I achieve the level of pigment and darkness that I want on my lids. I'm actually kind of surprised that I'm having to dip in as many times as I have, because I felt like these come off so pigmented and they swatch so pigmented, but you know, blending brushes. Next thing I'm going to do is dip into the shade Record Temps, which is just a little bit darker, and I'm going to use that a little bit lower in the crease, and I'm kind of going to focus it on the outer third just to really deepen up that area. And it takes me a little bit to achieve the color payoff I want, but I'm just repeating the process on both sides, and I'm sure that they will come out even, I hope. And I was going for a really blown out look, so I'm taking it kind of messy today, because I do plan to clean it up with a makeup wipe and kind of make a little bit more of a winged shape. But I'm going to do that after I've blended everything out. And I'm taking some of that shade Sandy and just using that to buff out the edges on both sides. Now I'm just reapplying some of that shade Record Temps and Sandy and Deserted, because I feel like they got lost a little bit in the blending process. So I'm just basically amping up those colors. So now I'm just taking some of the shade Tan Up, and I'm going to also fluff that in the crease and kind of use that to add a little bit more of that orangey vibe that we have going on. and then I'm going to deepen it up even later in just a second. So this is just how it's looking so far. I did end up wanting to add like something to deepen it up even more, so that's where I go in now. Now I'm taking the deep black shade, which is called Deep End, and I'm just going to lightly, using the same brush, just apply that to my outer corner. And I know it looks super messy and unblended, but that's just because I'm trying to pack on the color right now, get it as dark as I want it, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend it all out. And once again, I'm taking that shade Sandy and just buffing all of this out so that it looks nice and blended, so that there's no harsh lines where I put that black, and it just looks kind of nice and feathery. So now I'm just spritzing my brush with some setting spray so that I can dip into one of the shimmers. And I wound up going with Summer Vibes, which is right in the middle. And I'm just applying that to my lid. I kind of tried to keep it in the inner 2/3 or inner third of my lid, but I ended up packing it all the way to the front just because I was really liking the color, and I figured we could do something a little brighter on top. Now I'm taking the shade Glow On, and I'm going to just tap that in the inner third of my lid and then pat that a little bit over the gold so that it just kind of brightens up the tone of the bronzy gold shade. Shit. Now I'm just taking a makeup wipe to clean up all that excess fallout and to also make the eyeshadow in a winged out shape. And I love doing this instead of using tape because I feel like tape irritates my skin, and then I also feel like somehow I get shadow under the tape and it's just like not it. So this is what I do when I'm trying to achieve this kind of look. Now I'm just showing you how the eyeshadow looks. Alright, so I'm back with my liner and lashes on, and I'm going to start working on the face. First thing I'm going to do is moisturize with my IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. And now that my lashes are dry, I'm just going to use some Urban Decay Perversion Mascara to meld my natural lashes in with the falsies. I just find that doing the mascara after, it works much better for me. It just does. Don't know why. Now I'm going to take some Touch in Sol Icy Sherbet Primer. And this is a really cool primer. It has like a jelly kind of consistency, but it feels very hydrating. It's not like a silicone-y type of primer. And I've been going for hydrating products a lot because my skin's been a lot drier. So this is just what I do now, is I moisturize the heck out of my face because living in Colorado makes you dry. This primer also has a really nice cooling effect to it, so that's kind of satisfying. So for foundation, I'm using the IT Cosmetics CC cream because I just haven't used it in a while, and I'm in the mood for something full coverage and glowy today. So I'm just pumping 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and usually that's about enough for my whole face. For concealer, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. This is my second or third time using it, so I'm still just kind of testing it out. But I really liked it the first time I used it. I really like the formula. It's creamy and it blends out really nice. And it's kind of reminding me of the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape right now, which is weird because the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer was kind of considered a dupe for Shape Tape. And I feel like this new concealer that Wet n Wild's put out is almost like a dupe for the Ultra Creamy. But, I mean, there's probably no actual basis behind that. I think it's just what people feel like. But I really like this concealer. That's all that matters. I like to powder my eyes as soon as I do the concealer because I just find that if I don't, they crease so quickly. Now I'm just using a Morphe brush to apply the same Coty setting powder all over my face. I'm sorry that like half my videos are me like reaching for products and stuff. I promise I'll get better at that and cut those scenes out. Alright, I'm now whipping the palette back out and I'm going to go into the shade Record Temps and Sandy, and I'm kind of just going to use a combination of those to blend under my lower lash line to kind of make the look a little more cohesive from top to bottom. Now I'm just going to take the shade Glow On my finger, and I'm going to use that as an inner corner highlight on both sides. Now I'm taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm just going to use that to contour. And I found the coolest palette that has the butter bronzer, and it comes with one of the butter blushes and a highlight, and I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. But honestly, it's the coolest thing ever, and it was only 10 bucks, and it has my favorite bronzer in it. Like, so worth it. So here it is, and the first thing I'm going to do is show y'all the blush, since I already did my bronzer with my big butter bronzer. And I'm just going to use an old Morphe blush brush to apply this to the apples of my cheeks. I love doing blush. I don't know why. I've said that before. I don't know why, but yeah. This was about the point that I realized that I had forgot to put on mascara on my lower lashes, so that's just me doing that now, and I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Now I'm ready for highlighter, and this is actually my first time using this one, but oh my god, like, look, my face says it all. But I mean, honestly, I was so so pleased at how pretty and glowy this looks. It doesn't look like glittery or chunky. It just gives you like a really lit from within kind of glow, which I love. And I was so caught up in how awesome that highlighter was that I literally forgot to highlight my nose and my cupid's bow and my chin like I normally do. But yeah, I was just blown away by the highlighter and then forgot to highlight the rest of my face. So now I'm just putting on some lip oil after I cleaned all the foundation off my lips. And this is just kind of to keep them hydrated. I'm now using my Maven Rosewater setting spray just to completely lock all this in place and just drying off. And I mean, this is basically it. I'm gonna show you guys for full effect. My hair is wet right now, so sorry, but for the full effect, this is kind of just what we're looking at here. Just watering so much. Why do my eyes water? Like, I hate that. Don't mess up my makeup, please. Hi guys, so I had to film this portion of the video in my car. Basically there was just too much noise going on. So this is the look I came up with today. I know it's kind of hard to see in car lighting, but I really actually enjoyed that palette. I've used it once before. And I mean, they're Morphe shadows. They blend well. They, you know, combine together well. And I think that their palettes are really cohesive so that you can create cohesive eye looks, which I love. And the lashes are from AOA Studio. They're in the style Tori. I just decided to do my lashes and liner off camera because I've done it on camera before and I didn't, you know, pretty much if you know how to do wing liner and you know how to put lashes on, then there's no need for me to. But if that's something you'd like to see in an upcoming video, let me know. And I'm so sorry about my crusty ass lips right now. I swear that they're like peeling really bad. So I'm kind of letting them get a little, I don't want to say worse, but I'm going to do a lip scrubs tonight, or probably pretty soon actually. But I'm just trying to get rid of all that crusty dead skin on my lips because super unappealing. As far as everything else I used, I'm really happy with it. They're all products that I love and enjoy and that I love to play around with. So, I mean, that's just really all there is to it. Some of the products I used today are my favorites. They're my daily go-to favorites. And then others are just like every once in a while kind of products. But I feel like everything I use today is pretty much what I use all the time. So anyways, without further ado, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. And I will see you in my next video. And I hope that literally, I cannot talk. I don't know what it is. Something's happening to me, you guys. I have like the hardest time talking. I'm like stuttering all the time now. But anyways, I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you later. Bye. Alright, I just want to say I've taken 2 naps. What the fuck? How does it still look so good? I took 2 naps.